1, 2, 3, 4.
Wild blueberries are the second largest crop in Maine. They have inhabited the land naturally, so nobody has planted these plants. And because they haven't been bred, there is a lot of diversity across fields.
They are a unique agricultural system and they're genetically different from each other, so we have to manage wild blueberry in a different way than cultivated crops.
And at the same time, climate change is the elephant in the room. What are we going to do?
Temperature is rising way too fast, so we are trying to find out how we can solve this problem for the growers. My name is Rafa Tasneem. Our lab, Dr. Zhang's lab, is looking into wild blueberry, plant physiology, and climate change effects.
And my name is Dr. Lily Calderwood, and I work with farmers and researchers to understand wild blueberry production. The crop has been produced for thousands of years by the native people, the Passamaquoddy tribe, and they still do today. So wild blueberries are currently grown all the way from Brunswick up the coast out to Machias, and those acres are managed by 485 growers. They rely on that income, and they are already adapting to the weather changes. The farmers are concerned about climate change, and it is currently impacting growers, and growers acknowledge it. We are at the mercy of the weather. In 2019, there was a frost event that reduced the crop by 50%. Then we also have the spotted wing Drosophila that lays its eggs in wild blueberries. But it is arriving earlier and earlier. And then we have fields that alternate, 1 year on, 1 year off. And the fields that are not supposed to produce fruit this year, some of them are starting to bloom. These plants will not produce fruit next year because they've spent the energy doing it now. So that's another likely climate-related challenge.
But it's been hotter, and when we analyzed 40 years of climate pattern only on the downest region, the temperature increasing rate is significantly higher than all over Maine.
And it's especially a problem because in 2020 we had a very dry year and we lost about 47% of the crop.
So if the temperature is high and there is not enough moisture in the soil, that's when they get stressed. So that's their tipping point. Soil moisture is very important for them because they have coarse-grained soil, so they have these big pores in the soil, so water leaches out pretty fast.
This crop evolved to have a little bit of moisture every morning.
So let's say we irrigate them a lot. They're gonna leach out more fertilizers, a lot of water, and it will add groundwater pollution, and we don't want that. So we are trying to find out alternative ways to manage them even if the climate is changing. So the Blueberry Hill Farm Research Lab is owned by University of Maine. We are doing research on the wild blueberry fields here. So those are our open top chambers, and inside these chambers we have a heating system that is increasing the temperature inside those chambers. So if you see the flags, those are different type of genotypes. They are genetically different from each other. So our objective is to find out how different genotypes is reacting to this high temperature. Inside these chambers, we are also testing mulch and biochar compost mix. Biochar's particle surface has this excellent chemistry that will absorb water and hold it for longer time. But we don't have the results yet. We will take the soil samples, we will test it, and that's how we will know.
So that's in the earlier stages. But we have seen if we put on a layer of softwood mulch, the mulch holds moisture and the crop has more moisture available to it for a longer period of time. So we're looking at how to apply mulch across full fields.
Maine has huge amounts of wood wastes, so waste can be our treasures.
So up-to-date and accurate, non-biased information is absolutely critical for the success of growers in Maine. So we do on-farm field events where we have growers come into a field and we'll have research plots out for them to see comparisons of this versus that. We also have a plant pathologist and an entomologist all working on wild blueberry. And as a team, we can address all these different issues that come up. They need our help, so it's really quite rewarding to bring something back to them that's useful. If we completely fail, the crop could migrate north entirely, and we wouldn't have any in the current growing region. But I think it's really important that we preserve it for cultural and environmental and economic reasons in the state.
I'm optimistic in a sense that for hundreds of years they have been facing all sorts of changes, but they're still there. But at the same time, we have to change the systems a little bit here and there. You just need a little push or a little help. I think wild blueberries are more delicious, more tasty than the high bush or cultivated blueberries. They're small, but they're mighty.
Oh, has research ruined them? Well, you know what? I do get a little sick of them by like mid-August. I think I'm done. But there's nothing like going for a hike and still being able to pick them. It's so nice.